This video is made possible by the EA Creator Network. I got early info, all of it. Mid-season update is huge. Well, we'll see what's different in the patch notes, but overall they gave us pretty much the biggest stuff. Wattson Mythic Prestige, insane Wattson buffs. I'm telling you, Wattson is going to be finally meta. I'm calling it right now. It's insane. Audio improvements, finally as well. Vantage also got a crazy buff, Arena 1v1 mode, and much, much more. Everything's timestamped. The goal is not to waste your time. Note the footage is not of the updated season, but a prior season. We will be showcasing the buffs in upcoming Tuesday whenever everything gets released. But they gave me a text format of everything, so let's just deep dive, and I do have some images. Let's talk audio first. So it seems like since the server improvements are finally here, we're getting some love to audio finally. One of those simple ones is enemy zip lines are now prioritized over friendly ones. This is kind of the theme here. Additionally, this is the biggest one, non-threatening enemy footsteps like down players have been toned down. That's actually insane. I mean, I feel like I always hear my teammates' footsteps over my enemy, so this one is really huge, and this one is also even bigger. Friendly footstep volume will now drop if you're under threat. Now, I wonder if that's going to feel like a wind tunnel effect, what that's going to be. It says this is experimental, but could make for a clutch awareness better. That is fascinating to me. I wonder if there could be even a bigger setting where almost everything except for mostly enemy footsteps is really what you hear. This is really going to push the game to another level if it's done well. Now, I'm sure we're going to need feedback here, but heck, I like to see the fact that we're finally seeing some positive changes when it comes to audio. As well, this one isn't huge. It says hover tank volume on Kings Canyon got a nerf, finally. I mean, sure. I'm more concerned about the enemy footsteps personally. Also, before we discuss all the insane Wattson buffs, there's a fresh new twist to arenas. 30-player servers chain 1v1s for 5 minutes. There's no abilities, no heals, legend weapons and loadouts are randomized and mirrored. Later, the split abilities will be re-enabled for a wild twist on the format. This is going to be a great mode for rank grinders. If you just want a 1v1, you want to warm up, you want to practice your gun skill. This is great. I'm excited for this. Let's see how this shakes up. All right, Wattson mains, this one's for us. We've been waiting a long time. I think Wattson's going to really shake up the meta this mid-split. It almost feels like a new season, I'm going to be honest. Spark of Genius. Ultimate accelerators now consume 50% faster. Shield regen was increased from 1 to 2 per second. Not the biggest changes, but hey, these are healthy. This is where this is where it really kicks in. Fence node HP doubled from 25 to 50. Yeah, that's insane. Cooldown reduced dramatically from 15 seconds to 4 seconds. And we're not even done yet. Electrified doors are here. Doors shocked by fences stun enemies who kick or open them. Now, here's the downside is that the Wattson fence trick is going away. But that really pressures your opponent where they just can't break down doors. You can't accidentally break them. That's huge. That is huge, 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 huge. Now, I don't see any notes about the damage doing more, but the fact that they have to make a choice and it forces them. I mean, even if they want to choose to shoot the ground on the fence, you have to think about that. That's 50 damage. That's at least 4 or 5 bullets that they're gonna have to lay into that. That's really crazy. Now, additionally, fences now slow slide jump and jump movements, and they cancel Ash's dash and Sparrow's double jump. That's sick. That's amazing. It also said in the notes that it takes away the slot. I want to test that, meaning like if they already have a charge, does it take away the charge? That's what I read. Now, I don't know. I need to test that because even though that's literally what I'm reading verbatim here, I'm like, do you really mean that? Or do you mean that they just can't use it afterwards? Testing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, Tuesday. I really want to figure that out. Also, electrification ends if the fence is broken and resumes again when active again. So again, fence door trick is gone, but we have a massive buff when it comes to doors. Amazing. We're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Falling Stars is now a baseline. That's amazing. That's the Arc Star one. Help is here. All support class perks. Yes. I said this so many times. Wattson should have the support perk when she's got fast res. It just makes sense. Now, the other perk on the right side now is Ultimate Conductor. Damage builds, ult charges, and knocks give a 30% boost. Pretty solid. I would personally go for the support perk most of the time. I mean, unless you're playing comp, maybe Ultimate Conductor for getting multiple ultimates can make sense. Maybe. Level 3. Whoo, man, this is huge. Energized Healer. Doubles healing from small meds. Yeah, they're pretty much giving like the old support buff, but Wattson has it as a perk. Additionally, Power Pylon gets a huge boost, double HP, heal rate, and energy cap. Wow. So what do you think about this? This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. These are. She's gonna be meta. She's gonna slow down fights in terms of methodical gameplay. Her fences are gonna be terrifying. Whew. All right, now next up is Vantage. Vantage got a lot of love. One of the biggest complaints about Vantage is the hitbox size, and the upper body hitbox has shrunk, so huge. Something we've been asking for a long time, so Vantage might actually make a lot more sense now, especially when playing aggressively. Spotter's lens can ping 3 targets now and see enemy health. It's pretty huge. The ping reveals enemies past 50 meters. This was 100. That's actually a pretty good buff right there. The fact that it's a little closer rather than where it was before. So cool. I mean, we'll see how that plays out. I'm trying to see if that's like a buff or nerf. Ping reveals enemies past 50 meters was 100. From the way I'm reading that, if you're 50 meters, then before, if you were 100 or less, then it didn't work the way it was supposed to? Question mark? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand here. All right, we have it all in writing, but some stuff is going to require some testing. Now for the real juicy buffs. Echo will recall after you jump, so that's a nice quality of life change. You have faster jump activation time, so just being able to jump further. The increased base and max distance Echo can fly is by 10 meters. They also integrated the double jump into the base kit, so across the board, Vantage is going to be extremely mobile. Now, the question I have, because I do see it written down here, is Echo can fly an additional 10 meters. Does that include the double jump being already added in there? Or is this going to be an additional addition? Meaning, are we going to like 13 or 14 meters? Because that double jump wasn't really far, but still, it does make a difference. So that's a question I have. They reduced time to redeploy guns after jump to 0.2. This was 0.5, making Vantage a lot more aggressive. And they widened the FOV that Echo needs to jump towards. Now, next up is the Ultimate Vantage's Sniper. They integrated the reload upgrade into the base kit. So every time you got ult excel, 4 bullets. Nah, that's crazy. That's nice. The laser is now hidden until Vantage shoots. Now, there is a cooldown, so every time you take a bullet and you shoot, the laser lasts for 15 seconds. The timer refreshes after each shot, so your first shot is going to be a surprise to your enemy. Or if you decide not to shoot, you can pull it out again 15 seconds, and you have a timer. That's really insane. Laser is now more representative of aim and not necessarily the surprise first shot. So if you're caught out of position, I mean, you're caught out of position, that's pretty scary. What's really huge as well is her perks have been also massively buffed. She now has Controlling My Prey, gain access to Ring Console and Zone Overcharge. The big one here is Zone Overcharge, meaning if Vantage plays Zone, then she's going to be rewarded heavily for it. So that's awesome. Improved Mark. I don't know how to say, I had to sing it there for a minute. Marked enemy icon is visible through walls. Briefly highlight enemies and reveals their health bar to your squad upon mark. Pretty sick. One of them plays a little more aggressively, one of them plays Ring. I like this. Additionally, the level 3 perks, the tactical cooldown reduced by 5 seconds. That's insane because her tactical is already pretty fast. The other one, ooh man, Sniper Cover adds a gun shield to Sniper's Mark. Meaning that, I almost, either you want to be more mobile to push more aggressively, or if you are really rocking with her Sniper, that gun shield, I mean, it's literally the gun shield on a sniper. That's insane. No other sniper has it, so it actually separates her sniper out by her leveling up. Now, this helps later on because the weakness of her ultimate, as people get, purple armor, is a problem. But early on, of course, it's way too powerful against like white or blue armor because you could just 2-tap somebody. But this gives her a strong fighting chance, and using it just to go for that early peak battle. So let's say, for example, you get the first shot and they shoot you and they only burn through this gun shield. There's a lot of play here. She is going to be long range, like master. I love what they're doing with Vantage and Wattson. This is going to be insane. I don't know what else to say. These are some of the biggest nerfs I have ever seen, to the point where I'm like, is Sparrow like even worth it now that Vantage is so strong? And also Wattson is just an absolute beast. My gosh. So now, Ashe updates. Yeah, they're rebalancing Ashe this season by tampering with some of the parts of her kit that are frustrating players that they play against, while preserving the fun of dashing around the battlefield. They're lowering the base cooldown of her dash, will hopefully offset losing her double dash, because that's going away. So let's go passive. They decrease the dash cooldown to 8 seconds. This was 10. So this is a compromise. The tactical, though, slightly decreased tether strength when pulling hard, like when using movement abilities. So let's keep going, because what you noticed here is that the double dash is gone. Okay, just understand that it is gone. But they put the dual breach from level 3, that's actually level 2 now. So technically you could have your team mobility brought there. Now, this isn't bad. You actually also have a choice of new charge knock. You gain HP, regen on knock, was like the skirmisher buff, which is pretty sick. And level 3, they remove the ghost of the machine, but they put in the snares as the level 3. Interesting. So they put here, remember, just audio. I just wanted to remind the fact that audio is coming, you know, those changes. Ranked. So let's talk about ranked in this section here. They've been talking all the feedback from ranked tier display, and as a result, they're making the change during the split to try and improve clarity at a glance. They said they've seen some players note a very large ranked tier difference, and then they say through the data that's actually a result of pre-made squads, and it's not reflective of how matchmaking works. So when they're going to display when there's pre-made members by placing them in these lobbies, so they want to try to display that. Now that ranked tier displays reflects how the matchmaking system works, it hopes that it addresses some of the concerns about the quality of the matches when you see, why is there a platinum lobby? Why is there, you know, gold? Now, I will say, this is my own personal note, is that even though they say that, I am curious to see if there's still people that slip through, just out of my sheer curiosity. So the ranked tier display will show the tier distribution per squad instead of pure individual rank. That's going to be a change. The rank matchmaking per pre-made squad is done based on highest RP value in the squad. This change will group all squad members, pre-made or otherwise, to show the entire squad based to the highest rank tier in that squad. Interesting. Now, just a reminder, the ladder champion dive trail will be granted, and if you want to get it again, then you have to go through the whole same process and so forth. So that's going to be interesting. Now, the map rotation is now King's Canyon World's Edge and Broken Moon, and of course Mixtape, TDM, which is Fragment, Party Crashers is Skull Town, Control, Caustic, Production, and Lava Siphon, and then Gun Run is Skull Town Monument in the core. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is massive. This coming Tuesday, we're going to be talking a lot more Wattson. I plan to showcase her Mythic skin. I kind of put it at the start as we're talking about Wattson, so you kind of get like an idea of it. All I know is based on the screenshot, so that's why I didn't really talk a whole lot on it. But you saw it. It's coming. This coming Tuesday, so I'm mentioning it here. We'll do a review of that. Pretty pumped for it. We will showcase the Vantage buffs, the Wattson buffs. I'll probably do 2 separate videos on that, and then we will live stream. So I'm pumped for this coming Tuesday. I hope you guys all are as well, and I will see you guys all in the next one.